installing the Dickens and Massachusetts, A Tale of Power and Transformation exhibit here at the Lowell National Historical Park. Our exhibit is really introducing people to a whole different Dickens, someone that they may not have known, but that they can admire and enjoy. His father was middle class, but he got into a lot of debt and the family's fortunes fell. With that, Charles himself ended up having to work in a factory, and it was very traumatic. He was only 11 when it happened.
It was the best of times, and it was the worst of times.
As was customary in the time, when John Dickens, Charles Dickens' father, was taken off to prison, the whole family went to live in prison with him, except Charles, who was working and therefore was able to support himself and lived in a boarding house and went and visited his father and his mother and brother and sister in the prison. It was terribly, terribly traumatic, one can imagine. So the Dickens that arrived in 1842 was already world famous. We have excerpts from the newspapers and songs and poems that were written about him. When he got off the boat in Boston, people were chasing him around trying to get his autograph, a lock of hair, pulling bits off of his bearskin coat. And his pen name, his first pen name was Boz. And so it was Boztown, was what, Boston came to be known as Boztown, and it was Bozmania everywhere.
Dickens became one of the first big celebrities in the English-speaking world based on the huge popularity of his serialized novels. Here's Bill Sykes from Oliver Twist. We are going to be selling a select line of Dickens and Lowell materials. iPhone covers, Charles Dickens Bicentenary, 1812 to 2012.
Of course, he came to Lowell, so we have a section of the exhibit about Lowell, and there's going to be mill girl dress and some original artifacts here as well.
This represents a dress you might have seen some of the young ladies wearing. It's a little high style, and they would have had an apron or a smock to protect it while they were on the line, but it's representative of some of the printed fabric that you would have seen made here in Lowell.
Dickens cared deeply about alleviating the misery of industrialization, and he wanted to find a way to help people. And he came to America in part to see if America held an answer. When he came to Lowell, he found one answer to that problem, and he was delighted. There could be good living conditions. There could be decent working conditions. And at least compared to England, that was true of Lowell in 1842 on his visit. It wasn't really perfect, but comparatively, it was much better. And he saw a vision of hope for reform. He did claim it was the happiest day he spent in America.
Charles Dickens finally breaks through his writer's block. I can't think of another story, Sam. Give me a martini. Olive or twist?